Hello. Let's see. Let me trying to put this at a decent angle. There we go. Oh no, that's not decent. Hold on. Gotta do some adjustments. Okay. There we go. So I'm gonna wait for a few people to get on here before I get to talking. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you guys are enjoying your, what are we, Wednesday? Hope you are enjoying your Wednesday, the 2nd of June. This is so good. I'm drinking Vita Coco pressed coconut water. So good. So I like fixing myself. Hi Ramona. Hello everybody. So I wanted to jump on here and do this live because I had gotten tagged in video and comments, and you know, I've had some community sisters and brothers definitely reaching out, expressing concern for some of the things that are taking place on the live videos of some fellow witches of ours, some sisters of ours, sisters and brothers, because as far as I'm aware, it was like a three people live video, you know, and for you guys who are a part of, you know, watching like a lot of YouTubers and you know, witches on YouTube. Hello, hi loved one more. Hi Johnny. So for those of you who watch a lot of witches here on YouTube, you guys might be a little familiar with what's going on. Hello, beautiful cuz, gorgeous cuz. And for those of you who are not really on YouTube too much, or watch a whole lot of witches here on YouTube, just to briefly kind of get into what was going on and what was happening is, I guess there was a live video going on. They were doing a live, and uh, you know, they do lots of videos discussing spirit talk and you know, their experiences in the metaphysical and you know, in alchemy and occult and witchcraft, you know, just their experiences, and I think it's such a beautiful thing for practitioners to come together to talk about, you know, to talk about their experiences and their ways of doing things, because it really helps to gain perspective for those who are new or who are coming into the path, or even for practitioners who have been practicing for years. You know, like when we hear other witches talk and discussing, you know, some of the techniques that they use, or some of the herbs that they use, or some of the candles, or how they do things. You know, it's definitely inspiring. It's very inspiring. Hi Jessica. It's very inspiring to watch videos here on YouTube, especially when it's witches coming together and having conversations about witchcraft and answering questions. I mean, they do Q&As, and I'm talking about, I want to say it was, I don't know who was all in the video, but I know it was on Tequila, LadyGraveDancers live stream. I want to say, who else was, cuz you're on here, who else was on there? Was it Rowan? Who else was on there? I don't remember. I didn't get to see it yet. I've been watching the videos that she's posted lately, because she's been posting a lot. Getting my dose of tequila, like everybody else is. But I don't know who was really all in that video, because I got through watching 2 or 3 videos. Crescent Moon, okay, Crescent Moon, and Steven, okay. I got through watching about maybe 2 or 3 videos of her recent videos, and I didn't get to that one yet. But there was a lot going on as far as, like I had said, some of our sisters and brothers in the community expressing concern, wanting us to know about, this, wanting us to know about this person that's bashing people. And I've experienced bashing. Hey, young lady, what's going on? Hi, Ottoman. Um, I've been I haven't experienced it here on YouTube, yet, or that type of bashing here on YouTube. Let me knock on wood. I haven't experienced that type of bashing here on YouTube, but I have experienced other things, which you guys, for those who have been with me long enough, kind of know what I'm talking about. A lot of bashing about my hair, a lot of people trying to call me out, saying that I'm racially appropriating because I have locks, So that was in the beginning of, what was that, 2019, 2018, a few years ago. So when I first came into YouTube, that's what I was dealing with. I was dealing with, that type of haterade, like, in regards to how I do my makeup or my hair, and so I had received that type of bashing, but the type of bashing that I'm talking about and what I wanted to discuss is the type of bashing that goes on in the comments of people's live streams. It can be very distracting. And the way that it's handled is really important for us to discuss, because it's coming to where we now have to create a plan, right? So I thought, let me go ahead and make this video, and I apologize for the noise out here, you guys. I'm sitting outside and the boys are out here, and we have people, it's a beautiful day, so beautiful weather. We got just Sub to Tequila and all the other witches we talked about a few Thursdays ago, who could bash someone so positive. Hope they find their own healing soon. Do we need a moderator? Yes, and that's thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, Jessica. Yes, thank you so much. So yeah, I'm sorry, you guys, if I get distracted sometimes, it's because there's like noises going on. The mailman's walking past, the boys, So I'm like, I'm gonna be like on alert for everything going on out here, but also, getting to you guys' questions and concerns. If you guys have any questions or anything that you guys would like me to touch on, please go ahead and put it here in the comments. I love LadyGraveDancers. She's awesome. Yes, she is. She's awesome. She's wonderful. So what I'm saying is that when it's happening in our live videos, and there's bashing or people leaving hateful messages or hateful comments in our live streams, it can be very distracting. And but what really is going to help us, and this is why I wanted to do this video, because I wanted to talk with you guys, our viewers, our following, or our fellow YouTubers, our sisters and our brothers in the community. I wanted to reach out to talk to you guys in regards to how I plan, and I'm not speaking for everybody. This is me personally, how I plan to move forward during times of people being hateful, being harassing, just being very vile, being vulgar, being ignorant. These type of comments that go on in our live feeds and in the live feeds that you guys receive from me, because that's the other thing too. I've been a little bit more on Patreon and on Facebook, but when things like this happen, where I hear about or I see that my sisters and brothers are being attacked on YouTube. Well, now it's time for us to rise up, right? So I'm over here like, okay, well, YouTube's about to start seeing me because you know, I'm gonna stand with them, like, and that's how we ride, that's how we rock together. And so when something like this is happening to them, it's happening to me, you know. So that's what it is. That's, you know, that's how I see it, because that's how I am for the people that I care about, for the people that, you know, if we're a community, that's what community does. Community has each other's back. Community stands together, you know. And a lot of people don't, you know, they don't fully grasp what being community is. And, you know, so with that being said, like I had said, you know, a few years ago, I had experienced where people were kind of bashing me too because of, you know, my appearance, because of how I look, because of how I like to, you know, make myself look and stuff. So, which I think is stupid. You know, it's typical. It's typical things like that that people go for, to, you know, like, you know, calling you out on how you look, calling you out on your weight, calling you out on your ethnicity, calling you out on your practice. There's so many different things that people will bash. They'll bash here on YouTube, on Facebook. Facebook, I get a lot of poachers. So every Monday on Facebook, I go live and I do T4C. I do Tarot for Contributions, where I'm actually performing live tarot readings. And and like I said, you know, there's poachers that get on there that they're trying to pull clients, you know, trying to message my clients, trying to comment on my clients' postings, telling them, oh, come and get an accurate reading, come and get this reading, you know, from so and so. We practice Ifa, you know, which for those of you who know, I am in the religion of Ifa. And I have a babalao, and there's a certain way that practitioners, spiritualists, priests, priestess, there's a certain way that we carry ourselves. And for people to do that, and then to call themselves a babalao or a priest or a priestess, and to go on another witch's live stream and to try to pull clients, it's very disrespectful. And it's not even something that I don't really feed into this when it's happening. I go ahead and block, you know, like we got this thing that we say because of Chimu, thank you to Chimu, we call them mocos. Mocos is a Mexican word for booger. Like, so we talk about flicking them boogers, right? Flicking them mocos, you know, it's a way of being funny and making light of the situation. You know, but I don't give them my time, my energy. I don't allow them to affect me in any way. And they be about it. They, oh, you know, if you want accurate readings, accurate guidance, contact me. Almost like, almost as if they're trying to say that I'm not accurate. But I don't let those things sweat me, because the thing is that where I grew up and how I grew up and how I was raised, and I'm not saying that everybody needs to handle situations like this the same way, but as I grew up, and I grew up with thick skin. You know, like we grew up with thick skin, because here where I was raised at, there wasn't a whole lot of people of color. So there was a lot that I went through as a kid, you know, walking home from school, getting bullied by there was a situation that had happened one time. I was walking home from school, and I was in middle school, and I had gotten bullied by some teenagers. There were some white boys. They all hopped out of a car, started throwing cans of pop at me, full cans, like closed cans of pop, throwing them at me, calling me a spick. You know, and so here where I was raised, those were the kind of things that I was exposed to. And, you know, I learned how to not allow certain things to affect me, you know, and you know, it came from a lot of learning and a lot of growing, because in after a time I got angry. I would fight a lot. I would, like I would pop off. So I started to learn that sometimes, and as I got older and I had to go through the consequences and the repercussions of my own actions, I started to learn that we can't handle everything with anger and fighting. And, sometimes that's us actually, you know, opening up and allowing those people into our energy, and us feeding that energy by getting a rise out of us, by getting, that's exactly what they wanted. They want that moment of fame, that time to shine. They want that. And I'm not saying that I'm famous or anything, but I'm saying, like, for other people that who have a large following, such as Lady Grave Dancer, that have a large following, sisters in our community, and for these people to get on there and to, like, get everybody commenting on their comments, and getting everybody heated, getting everybody upset, getting everybody angry. That's exactly what these people want. They want that little bit of time, and that all that energy that they get. You have to picture these people as being energy vampires, especially because they're coming onto live streams where spirit is being discussed and witchcraft is being discussed, and metaphysics is being discussed. These are people that come in to steal some sort of an energy. So when we acknowledge them and we give them too much time, and we're reading their comments and you're commenting back, and you're, like, I get, and I love that, people want to stick up for us, and they want to have our back. But there's more silent ways of doing that. So what I want to say, as far as when I do live feeds, when I do T4C, when I do anything where there's like live comments going on, and I'm not able to control all of that, and you guys see something like that, I don't care if they're talking shit about me. I don't care, what they're saying, or what type of names they're calling out. That's fine. Don't just don't feed into it, because feeding into it and commenting back and clapping back, we're better than that. We're better than that. And don't allow those things, because they've been saying very hateful and ugly things, very rotten things. Using like inappropriate words, and pretty much threatening over comments. And that's the thing, is that all we can really do is block these people, block them, and yeah, having moderators. I don't have any moderators. I don't even know how that works. So it's just me, myself, and then when we do our Thursday shows, our radio shows, we do our radio shows here, and I'm, with my sisters Chimu and Cass, La Sassy Bruja, and we're here on Thursdays, and we're live. And if this ever happens on our live, and if it ever happens on a live that I'm doing, or a live that me and my sisters are doing, I would really love for us all to handle it in a way of not commenting back. If you want to do something, I would recommend that we write down their name, whatever name they're signed in on, because they created that name. That's the name they created. That name is linked to them. Write that shit down, put it under a mirror, put that mirror facing down. Anything that they say, let it come back to them in whichever way, shape, or form. It's a back to sender, very quick, very simple, very effective. So we don't want that energy affecting us. Let that person keep that energy. Let them keep their hate. Let them keep their ugliness. It's probably somebody that's I can only imagine what this person's life must be like, that they have so much time to sit there and to spam people's live feeds with these comments that they're making and the things that they're saying. I can only imagine how lonely, dark, and miserable this person or these people must be, to have that type of time on their hands to go into live feeds of witches who are literally all we're here to do is to share our experiences, to give guidance or to inspire other people. Sometimes to even give some healing or give some, bring some happiness, giving you messages that you might need to receive. That's literally all we do. And for people to have that much hate in them, to go on to our live streams and to come up with these nasty things that they're saying, because the things that they were saying were like, like they were using the N word, they were using like the B word, they were like basically making like sexual threats. Like it was, from what I was told, again, I didn't see the comments and I still have yet to watch the video, but from what I was told, these things were very, it would, I can see how it affected people by reading it. And, you know, that's the thing, is I might have my feelings afterward, but to sit in front of the camera and have my feelings right then and there and give that person the satisfaction of knowing that they hurt me, or they got a rise out of me, or they, made me angry in some way, that is energy that I refuse to give to anybody. And if I want to handle it afterward in my own way, then I will do that, but not for them, for myself. So, when it comes to poachers, when it comes to, no, Louis, don't do that. Give me that. Boy, give me that. He's trying to fight me for this stick. No, you're not going to play with that. You're going to choke on it. When it comes to poachers, when it comes to, bashing, and when it comes to hateful comments and, that type of thing, this is just how I'm choosing for me to handle it, for my own peace. Because my peace, I value my peace so much. And like I said, people that have like a relationship with me, that have that we talk on a regular basis, y'all know this. I say this all the time. I value my peace way too much to give that to anybody, you know. So it's important for us to recognize when these type of things happen, how we're going to react to that, because this hate is everywhere. Unfortunately, love is everywhere too, but hate is everywhere. And there's so many things that I've personally have experienced, and I probably will experience more because of who I am. I'm a Latina, I'm a witch, I'm gay, so there's a lot of reasons of things that I could be doing that might make people bash me here in the streets, and I'm prepared for it. So to have to deal with it online, to have to deal with it in the comments, piece of cake. You know what I'm saying? Piece of cake. Let me cut that shit up and divide it. It's different. Like, you're a coward sitting behind a screen, sitting behind a keyboard, and you're bashing me. Okay, you know, but it's a lot different when it's here in the streets and you're walking, and but I'm still prepared for it. However it goes, we have to be prepared for these things, because this is just another side of how that yin and the yang. The world can be very beautiful, but the world can also be very ugly, and that's not necessarily the world, it's what creates this world, what this world is made up of, you know. So Koya, I didn't even know you were watching. I closed the door so that she couldn't hear me. And she's over here watching. So, yeah, I wanted to just come on here. Let me go ahead and get to you guys' comments and see if anybody has questions for me. You guys can go ahead and post your questions up on here. Any questions, really. I mean, the message that I wanted to come on here was to say is that I have my sisters and my brother's backs, whether I know them or not, whether I have a good, whether I know them personally or not. I don't give a shit. If you are in this community, in the Latin community, the gay community, the witchy community, any category that I fall in, if we're in that community, we are brothers, we are sisters, and I am going to rock with you guys, and the same way that you guys do for me. So I got y'all's backs, and I know you guys got mines. So that's really what I wanted to come on here to say. So yeah, if you guys have any comments or questions, please go ahead and leave them in the comments section. I'm going through them right now. Um, okay. All right. Jessica said, just sub to Tequila and all the other witches we talked about a few Thursdays ago. Who would bash? Oh, wait, I read that one already. About the moderators, I have to look into that because I'm not familiar with moderators. I think I do feel like a lot of people have moderators, but I don't really know exactly how to go about doing that. So I will definitely look into that. Okay. Ramona said, "I'm sorry this is going on in our community." Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if I'm sorry for it because, um, like when these things happen, it's like like I said, it brings us together. It, in times like this, it like brings us together. Um, it it definitely it brought me out. It brought my ass out. Like, oh hell no, like, So it brings us together. It definitely is a time to call upon that support. For us to like come together and have these discussions and to be able to have moments where we let each other know, like, hey, we're here, we're present, we're here for you. You're not alone. You're not by yourself. Like, we got your back. And also too is letting people know how we plan to move forward with it, how I plan to move forward with it as House of Spiritual Vibes and myself, Nina Soul, what I plan to do. Because, when these things happen, it's always good to have a plan of how we can move forward in a positive direction. And, just focus on your happiness, focus on your peace, like focus on those things. When you see hate, when you hear hate, just focus on, I'm sorry, you guys, hold on one second. Okay. Armani. I might have to put him in, you guys. There's like a dog right here, and I don't know if he's gonna like. I thought it was gonna be okay having them out here, but yeah. So okay, hold on one second. Let me get. Shh. I'm sorry, you guys. Armani, get down. My apologies. I probably should have did this in the house. It's such a beautiful day out, though. I'm like, I want to be outside. Um, Oh, so okay, that's what I was saying. Yeah, so as far as it going on in the community, I feel like it's important for these things um, to happen. It keeps a balance. That's we talk about this all the time is having a balance. Having things keeping a balance, and sometimes things like this have to happen so that we can balance that out. It helps to elevate us. It helps for us to, to be there as support. Okay. Let's see. What else do we got for comments? Oh, from the dark pool is here. Hello from the dark pool. From the dark pool said, "Hey Nina, hey everyone. Hope everyone is well. I've not caught a live for a long time. I'm very happy I've made it to this one. Yes, I'm so glad to see you from the dark pool. I know it's been a while. Um, Ramona said, we should all be together working for the people, healing for those who need our expertise. Yes, Ashé. Ramona said, I'm in the hospital with my mom. I just caught a live. Oh, okay, Ramona. I was sending positive vibes to your mom and also to you. Yes, prayers to your mom, Ramona. Yes. See, that's what I'm talking about. Look it. We come together, and even in the comments, you guys are so important. Like, even if you're not on YouTube and making videos, you guys are just as important as the people who create content, because without the viewers, we wouldn't be creating content. There wouldn't be nobody here to watch. Like, you know? So, let's see. All right. Jessica said, laughing my ass off, freaking Chimu. Yeah. Jessica, she said, thinking of you, Ramona, stay strong. Yes. From the Dark Pool said, Nina, I think any witch that tries to poach from live streams mustn't be feeling very strong in their magic, because if they were, they wouldn't feel the need to do that. Magic isn't selfish. Ashé. Yes, very true. Yes, from the Dark Pool. And also too is what gets me, and what I've told people in the past, is that when people are going on to live streams and commenting literally on everybody's comment, saying, come and get a reading, come and get a reading, like, by then you're like, that's already like you're out here begging. You out here Feliciaing. You're trying to Felicia my shit. Like, you out here begging, and I ain't even got time for that. Like, I struggle getting back to my own people. Like, when I get messages and when I get phone calls, it's hard for me to, because I got home life, I got my business, and there's a lot that goes into business. There's, the whole budgeting and the tax and all of the paperwork that you need to, that you need to do. And what else? And I got, lives that I do. I got Patreon that I do. I got workshops that I do. I got so many things that I do, and then still trying to have like my personal life and keep up with my home and spend time with my boys and spend time with my, with my koya. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot to juggle. And I don't have time to sit on a reader on a witch's live video and comment on every person's comment saying, come and get a reading. I don't have time for it. So that lets you know right there that they can't be somebody that's that busy helping other people if they out here trying to poach from other people's videos. It's like, well, you're already telling everybody, you're letting everybody know that you need clients, that you don't have it like that. So I'm just saying is that I would definitely question their credibility on what it is that they do if they have that much free time. Because shoot, I'm not even gonna say I wish I had some free time, because I'm happy where I'm at. I'm not even gonna say that, but to have that much free time to be commenting on people's stuff is just like it's pitiful. I'm just gonna say it like that. I don't use that word very often, but I call it like I see it. It's pitiful. Like, let's see. Let me see what else I got. Okay. Thank you so much for that comment, though, from the Dark Pool. Ramona said, we have to be strong from the bullies. They are so insecure of themselves. We must be able to fight back. This is why most people kill themselves. It's very true. I agree with Ramona, is that, bullies to people that are, we never know what people are going through in their lives. Even for me, you guys catch my live streams. I'm sitting, right now I'm sitting on the porch with the sun and some snacks and some coconut water, chilling. Like, but that doesn't mean that life is like this every day. You know, we're people still, and we still go through things, and we go through our hardships, and we go through our challenges in life. And so there's some people that are still. I'm thankful that I have a supportive religion, a family who supports my choices, my decisions, my lifestyle. You know, and I have a supportive partner. I have a lot of support. I have a supportive community. I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful. And not everybody has that. And sometimes people are still searching for that. So when they're new and they're dropping into the comments and they're saying hi to people, let's greet them. Let's make them feel welcome. You know, let's make people feel so welcome that if there is a poacher, if there is a bully in the comments, that comment is little to nothing compared to all of the love that they receive here on these videos. Because that's really what it's about. It's making people feel welcome, making people feel like they have a place. You don't know that, you know, if they're living in a home where they have nothing, where they don't have food, where they don't have water, where they don't have heat or electric or, you know, any of those things, and they're just clinging on to a little bit of hope, trying to watch a live stream video so that they can forget about their environment for a little bit. And then here comes a cyberbully and makes them feel even worse and says literally the thing that pushes them over that edge, when all they wanted to do was come into a live video and get a little bit of positive energy and a little bit of, you know, feeling like, you know, tomorrow brings better days or it's going to be okay. You know, so when people come into these live feeds and do things like that, you are right, Ramona. You never know if somebody is going to see that comment who's already in a very lonely place. And that could be the thing right there that just makes people, you know, commit suicide. It's very true, unfortunately. But that's why it's so important for us to make everybody feel loved and wanted and cared about. And we say things that uplift one another, you know. It's important. Let's love each other so much and let's bring so much peace and so many positive vibes into our live streams that those type of comments do nothing. Let's see. Let's see. I keep losing my place because the comments go off once I'm. Jessica said, poachers are wasting their energy. We disregard those comments too. There's nothing wrong with building a community and sharing what you do, but if it's getting a reading from Nina, but if it's not getting a reading from Nina, it's from Cass. Oh, thank you so much, Jessica. And that's the thing too, is that me and Sister Cass, I'm sorry, you guys. Me and Sister Cass, La Sassy Bruja, we support each other. We do like okay, the witches in the community. We do spell work. We do readings. We do cleansings. We do healings. We do. There's so many things that we do, and everybody has their expertise. Like Ramona had mentioned, everybody has their expertise, their strong points. And the thing is that we still do what we do, and we still support one another. Like I still support. I'll even tell people on my Mondays, check Cass out on Friday, because then you get some guidance through that weekend too. Sometimes people need that. Sometimes people need guidance at the beginning of the week and then guidance at the end of the week. And it works out so well. And Cass too, she gives me a shout out on her Reflection Fridays. We do it for one another and we support each other. And it's so important that we extend not only our community, but our businesses as well. So in order to do that, we have to show support for each other. You know, when you wish somebody blessings and abundance for them, for their business, for their home, the universe gives you some of that as well, because you're wishing something good for somebody else, when even if they didn't ask for it, you know, wishing somebody well and supporting them in their business. You never know when one day you might need some support, you know. So that's why it's so important to be supportive of others, because one day you might need that support. One day you might need, like Cass does readings for me too. Sometimes I need a reflection. So I'm like, sis, Reflection Friday, what's up? you know. So and Chimu too. Chimu, when she used to do her savage Sundays. I would call her, and because sometimes I would need that type of love. I would need some savage Sunday in my life. So what you doing? Oh, okay. Go ahead, come. You gonna hop on here?
I'm not hopping on
You're not gonna hop on here?
I'm not hopping on
You're gonna say hi? Nico, let me know if you think of any questions.
I don't know. I think that like hearing your story allows people to have a different perspective as far as you coming up as a younger witch. When you're developing, because I feel like that's the important part, because that's when people really try and fracture you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're developing yourself and you don't know who you are, or you don't know how you'll be, and so these things affect you. And I mean,
I hope you guys can hear her because I have the earphones on. Are you guys able to hear? Did you hear Koya at all? Koya was right now saying something.
give me a 1 for yes.
Let's get a 1 for yes. Let us know, because I can take these out. I just put them in because, like I said, there's a lot going on outside. Not right now.
Someone raise their hand if
Yeah?
you can hear me.
Okay, cool.
They said they can hear?
Okay,
Oh.
yeah,
I
yeah.
got a 1.
Oh, you got a 1. All right, good. Yeah, so that's a really good point. There's people that are new that are coming into the path with interests or like a possible calling, and then all of a sudden, them just having to deal with something like that, or seeing something like that, or hearing something like that, it kind of pushes them away, because the being a witch and being in this community is supposed to be a place where people feel safe. Any community, when there's a community, you're supposed to feel safe in your community, whether it be a spiritual or a religious community, or other, like, you're supposed to feel safe.
You remember, like, because every school and every society has them where it's the quote unquote the rejects, the ones who, like, you got the jocks,
The weirdos.
the cheerleaders, yeah, the jocks, the cheerleaders, the computer nerds, the academic scholars, like, and then just the ones that don't fit in, and you wind up having like an emo kid. You have a kid who's just like, maybe he's like the youngest and all his brothers are good at sports, so he's just like not. All the quote unquote the washouts, but those are the ones who wind up clinging to a magical world because of the world they live in.
Yes.
Doesn't accept them.
Let me pull this out. Maybe you guys can hear better. I wanna make sure y'all hear what Koya is saying, because she's. You sure you don't want to get in here, baby?
No, I just ate some German chocolate cake, so I don't feel camera ready.
Oh, okay.
I just think it's important that, like when I was growing up, I don't know if people know, but, I had to deal with that bullying from every aspect, from being black, from like not quite knowing, to me, quote unquote, my sexuality was never really a thing. I just kind of like.
Well, yeah, as you're a kid, you're not really supposed to be focused on like.
Yeah, I was all about my Pokemon cards and Digimon cards. I didn't have time for that, but like apparently, it was something that needed to be brought up, and so being bullied for those different things, my world, like. I feel like I speak for a lot of people when I say Harry Potter was where because I seen Page Master before.
Oh, Page Master! You already know how much I love horror.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It makes sense though, but like favorite. When I tell you that's how I read books and I envisioned it, like R.L. Stein's Goosebump Collectors, those book covers always created so much creativity because of how magical and non-realistic but realistic they look, and so. To me, books always created an escape for me. I can't
a world.
Yeah.
Like a different world that you didn't have to be present in.
Yeah, literally like Page Master. When you start, I think that's the movie where he would read a book and disappear into the world, and that's what I would do. So I hid in books. But it created a magical. It projected a magic about me. So people thought that I was something that I wasn't because of the magic that I was developing as far as the world that I existed in. And so they felt that energy as a kid, and it created a uniqueness about me, because it was like you have the possibility to do anything in life, because I was reading about things that were impossible, and that's what I was manifesting, was energy wise. And so, you know, it helps kids, the younger generation, to understand that they're not alone when they go to this world. It might not be the people around you, but when you create this world, the people who are supposed to be there will be drawn to that world, because they'll be there too. You know what I mean? Neighboring towns, the one who live in the Hobbit world, and the ones who live in the Lord of the Rings and the Harry Potter and the Star Wars, you know, like from different perspectives, whether it's Avatar or Elemental,
And it's
Love.
all magic. All of
It
it is,
is.
it's
It
all
really is.
metaphysical.
Like I
It's
said, Star
all.
Wars is very, very magic oriented. People, the little baby Padawans, they go to this planet and they take a trip, and they have to go through like this serious test to try and find their stone for their lightsaber, because that's how they take the energy and power it through the stone, and then it projects a lightsaber. That's so it's magic. They're just you have to be good enough to be able to manifest that magic. So
To extend it
to
outside of
extend
that
it,
stone, like,
yeah. And so, you know, that's energy.
it's
So that's,
energy.
and starting feeding it from a child age is where, or you allow them to be able to become this powerful magician, basically, where they can levitate things, and they can push force, and they can sense it all the way from another planet or the star date. You know what I mean? So I definitely think you're touching on it, especially on Pride Month, touching on the witch community and Bruja community. You know, any form of magic, and then also being LGBTQ A representative, well, A plus, is an important thing, and teaching people how to handle like haters, like just
So
they're
I was kind of
flies.
telling them, look, literally a fly. Just she said flies, and I was like, there was a fly that buzzed up. So I was telling them about how I've dealt with different types of hate in the past here in, like, in my comments, because like I had, and I know I had this talk with you in the past about how when I first came onto YouTube, I was starting my locks, you know. So when I first came onto YouTube, there was a lot of comments I was getting about racial appropriation when it
Yeah.
came to my hair, when it came to my makeup. So I dealt with that type of bashing, but it's a different type, and I don't know if you've experienced like bashing, like in the streets, like here in person, like in person bashing, and how you would recommend somebody to handle that type, because I don't want to just, it happened here on YouTube, but it happens in the world all the time,
Yeah.
literally all the time, you know. And again, it's unfortunate that there's still, you know, that type of hate still exists, because we are, it's our world is so diverse, so many different colors, so many different personalities, so many different paths
I
and journeys.
I think that the difference, because I know you had mentioned that about the dreads, but I think that there's such a thin line between being a person who uh, who racially appropriates, and then a person who, like, you can hold respect for it, but I believe that there's certain things that if it's not from you, then respect it by spotlighting it but not wearing it. You know what I mean? Um, but dreads is such a particular thing, because when it's literally, it comes down to when white people wear it, it's racial appropriation, but white people accept them wearing it. But when black people wear them, it's not okay for us to wear them, but that originated with us. Like, there's a tribe in Africa, and they have a lot of photos where they have these dreads that are rolled with, it's some type of plant or something, and it makes like a, what looks like a gold, like a clear gold paste or something, and it's shiny, and they roll their hair with it, and they put it on their skin, so they develop this like brown,
Like a
this red,
bronze.
almost like a red clay skin color. They start to develop even years after
Oh, like
not
a
living.
brass baby.
Yeah, kind of. I'm trying to figure it out, but they've been doing that because of the heat, and they've done that since like ever since like this tribe has been stumbled upon. There's so many old photos, and then their drawings and stuff. But then you have the Norwegian people who who used to kind of, their hair would mat up. So it's you have to know your history, but you by far don't look like a white girl at all. So I don't think you should ever be a pro. Many people have asked me like, "What is your girlfriend?" And for the longest, I said you're Mexican, and maybe she's got some native in it. Turns out that you've got like 60 plus
Native
percent
from
native.
Mexico.
Yeah, she's 60% native Hopi, and then you're Spanish, and so it's like you have. If you say Spanish, you're like you think of the French, and then you think of Creole and Cajun. Creole being white people who have French in their white people who have French and probably some black in their blood from slave days, but then also Cajun, as far or I'm sorry, it's opposite. Cajun is white and Creole is black. Uh, Black people with Afrikaans or Haiti, some Dominican, and then Spanish. So it's like I'm like, when it comes to that kind of root, everybody's really in flux. So I feel like it's you're entitled to be able to wear that in a sense because it's part of the culture that you came from. And I know that our histories, as far as black to natives used to hide black people. That's why so many black people have native in them because when they were running away as slaves, the natives would hide them. So I'm like, I feel like it's never the right for a black to a native and vice versa to tell each other that they're not entitled because y'all probably, if you're not full blown native, this black person probably has native in them, you know? And so uh, I feel like educating before you make guesses, you know, is very important before you make a statement. Like Justin Bieber, he's wearing dreadlocks and it's not cool. He's Canadian, he's white as shit. Uh, you know, it's cultural appropriation. And then he made an album to try and support with MLK Jr., but his album wasn't really about any kind of black lives. It was just a use of a platform. And that's where, as black people, we get upset because it's like, so you're using our cause to just uplift yourself, not the issue. Cultural appropriation.
Wow. Thank you, Koya. What do we got in the comments? Because I'm like trying to go back, but I keep losing my place. Because I'm listening to what you're saying. Is like I'm falling back on the comments. um, let's see. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, you,
It's the Masaya, the Masia. I'm not sure how to say it. Tribe that does that.
thank you so much, Ottoman. Yeah, my Patreon is House of Spiritual Vibes. Thank you so much. I think that was who shared it. I'll see it once I start scrolling down. Oh, that's beautiful. Let me show them. Look it.
You see how long her hair is?
Yeah.
And then there's this one here. That's not one of them. It's specifically to that area.
It's like a clay almost.
Yeah. If you look at oh right, it's right here. If you look at right here, you can see the clay that's you see that stuff.
Oh
that's
yeah,
on
the
their face?
paste.
Yeah, and so it's like it's like a clay and water that they turn and they churn it and turn it into a paste and they put it on their hair and on their skin to help protect them, and they're known for that.
Look at how tiny those locks are. They're so tiny.
Yeah. And
they're so itty bitty, and there's so many of them.
Yeah. That's beautiful, ain't it?
It is. It's very beautiful.
This is. It's like a crown almost. You see?
Oh yeah. Oh, look at.
It's like a crown. They'll be like stowing a crown almost of earth on their head. And so you know what I mean? Like that's beautiful, and that's where that style of dreadlocks originated. But who's to say where another form of dreadlocks originated? Because we're not the only people who
Right.
didn't
The
have combs.
Egyptians.
Yeah, you know. So
Let's see. Ramona said you should hire mod because you have too many trolls and bad people. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that, Ramona. Thank you so much for your advice. I appreciate that. No time for the hate. Yes, Ashé. Jessica said happy Pride Month also. Thank you, Jessica. Let's see. Koya had a migraine, but she's here. Now she's out here talking.
I had to sleep it out, girl. I got my hair done, and I'm like,
Uh-huh. It's tight.
it's thick. My hair is thick, and so
Uh-huh.
she had to. And my lady who does my hair, she's actually from Africa. She's from Nigeria, and we were talking about the difference in culture and how the the assumption is that when they come from Africa, they're not very educated. And she was like, in Nigeria, we're very educated. People come and they read to us. They bring us books.
Mm-hmm.
The elders and whatnot learn how to read, and they teach it to the kids, and they make
Right.
it part of a. That's how that kid wanted to building that windmill out there, a wind-powered windmill for farming. Some kid in Africa. He's like 17 years old or something. Because they are educated and they do know science. They do know these things, but it's they think that just because, and it goes back to the conversation about what you were telling me with, you said, Nico, sometimes education, like schooling, is not everything. Sometimes there's things you learn outside of school. And she was like, they learn, you know, from the sun to the moon because they still live like that.
Yeah.
But the development as far as how they fix things and what they use, like rolling up whatever it is that they're getting from those plants and turning it into a paste to cover their skin, and they're just making it, and there's a village full of them, and we're over here making it huge factory produced and probably nowhere near any as good as that,
Right.
because they figured out the secret, and they're just doing it to the origins and the roots, you know. And so it goes to what you said about where you come from and developing yourself as you're getting older, to not allow the things from the outside to deter your past, because you don't like what you'll become. They may not understand, but that's because they're not. They
and
didn't
it's
go
not
to
for
that school.
everybody. Not everybody has to understand it. It's not for everybody to understand.
Some people go for law. Some people go for being a doctor. Some people go to be a physical therapist. Like it's, you know, and some people want to go for medicine and go for 8 years, 12 years to learn how to heal people in one way, while all they needed was not like modern medicine, but natural elemental medicine, like what you offer. They need to be reconnected with the earth and the stuff that disaligned in their body, because we're made from iron and stuff. Bringing crystals that help to ground a person, you center them, and you just your iron in your body gravitates to that crystal, and it aligns itself. Yeah. And so, you know what I mean? So it aligns itself, and it's two different schools, because y'all went to two different schools.
Right.
And, you know, and it's just, the accreditation's got to be looked at from there, because just because you have a bachelor's and you have like 8 years of natural lessons and fails to learn how to thrive, doesn't lessen either one, you know? And the origins comes from where y'all started at. So y'all are practicing real medicine versus like industrialized medicine, you know? So I think...
Oh, we can get into talking so much about that. That's going to be like probably a whole nother
That's
show.
a whole nother thing.
That's a whole nother show, because yeah, we got Five Below selling smudge, selling Palo Santo, like, you know, selling our sacred herbs and medicines in these type of places that are not owned by, you know, the people that where these things originated from, and they're making a profit.
Off of
they out here Biebering.
They out here
Biebering. They're out here Felicia.
You see me selling fake rum. They out here trying to sell top ramen like it's maraschino. Like it's maraschino.
Oh my god. My phone's already about to die. Oh no. Oh, your phone too?
No, my phone's at 77. It
Oh,
hasn't been on
okay.
charge since last night.
Yeah, mine, I gotta put mine on the charger. I'm hoping I can get through you guys' comments.
Let me see.
Yeah, baby, see if there's any questions in there, because I want to at least make sure
Where'd you
that,
stop at?
um,
Uh,
let's see.
let me see. She said she topped,
She
spiritual vibes.
she typed house of spiritual vibes, nothing came up. Okay. Let's see. I will post once this video goes up, I'll go ahead and post it in the comments. That way you guys can find it. Yes, I am on Patreon. That's the other thing too, is I've gone to Patreon because I'm just avoiding like having to
Trolls.
deal with trolls.
Call them
You
top
know.
ramen sellers.
Yeah, Felicia's and Bieber's and top ramen sellers.
Roach infestations.
Does magic exist or work? Oh my goodness, I love that question. That's from Love and Infinity. Yes, yes. I'm gonna have to come back, you guys.
I think that you remember that reading you did where, oh my god, they just took off after whatever that bug
It was a moth. Louis was like down to kill it. He was out for blood.
Did you see him? Get out of here.
That's my familiar. He was gonna like
confused.
grind that bug into nothing.
Armani's confused. That's mine.
I know.
I remember the episode you did, or the suggested you did, where finding out people's like what their power is.
Their power.
And so, oh my god. So hey, going for is magic real? I believe the core of that starts with manifestation. And the lady from who was just doing my hair, because hey, I don't know if y'all know if there's any black people in the chat room, but when you black, your hairstylist is your therapist and your therapist. It's
your second
thing.
mom.
It's your mom. It's
your mom, your best friend.
You're the godparent of your child. It's everything.
You name your baby after.
You name your baby, your firstborn.
Oh my god.
The secondborn, yeah. So like, I was telling her what I'm going to school for, and she said that's good. Write it down and manifest it. Or what she said, write it down so that way you don't forget. So every time you think about it, you can go back and visualize it.
Yeah.
To get closer. And I'm like, that's manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
Everything starts with, you have to have the desire to do it first. Before, like, you know, even in Sabrina, she would, when she first started getting her magic power, she accidentally did things. And it was because she would feel that emotion right away, and that's what she wanted to do, manifestation. So I believe magic starts with the origin of manifestation. So the ones who have the power of manifestation, then like that's
how you know magic is real.
That's the real one right there. You got that manifestation power. You gonna make a dragon.
Love and Infinity. I feel like we're gonna have to do another video because Love and Infinity said, hi, I am gay and I think I could be trans and it's hard. So I definitely want to talk more about that because we are in June. You know, I would really love to talk more about you know, more about that, and like still I feel like we're not done with this conversation.
You helped me come into my I don't even know if I would say I'm necessarily a witch, just simply because of how I perceive myself, but I definitely practice 18,000 times more now that I have, one, the environment is set and it's balanced, because you know, the building I was in, it was a really hard building to be in, and you know what I mean. But
yeah, that
I think
energy.
my building was like haunted.
It was an old nursing home.
Yeah.
That they turned into an apartment building, and they still had the cremation stuff down in the basement.
Yeah, so it was a whole thing. So it was really hard for me to get my energy back. But
I know everybody's being so extra out here.
Yeah. They gonna get them packages.
That was a FedEx?
A UPS?
Oh no, yeah,
USPS,
UPS.
But you know, since being with you, because it's more like meeting it's like the Sword and the Stone, meeting my Merlin in a sense. So therefore,
Aw.
stop it.
I've been called like a Merlin a couple of times. It's like one of like I get so you know how I
I
am.
know, but and
Like,
I'm that kid, you know, and I'm like, you know, so I meeting you definitely helped me to open that aspect of that manifestation that I've always been doing but not realizing. So allowing me to be more in tune with it, and I mean the reading from I got like I said I only get readings from like outside of my Baba I get readings from what I call my four corner witches. You,
four
Kamala,
corner hustlers.
my four corner hustlers, and I'm a child of El Gua, so I'm like I like a crossroad at all times. So I got Kamala, I have you, I have Castle Sassy Bruja, and then
Yeah.
Chimu. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And so if there's something that I need, then I go and I ask them. It just depends on how I'm looking for my delivery, and whether
Yeah.
I need to be mommed, or
Yeah.
whether I need it like straight up, or whether I need
I
to
know
be like
who
a
I call for my ass
self-reflective.
whooping.
Yeah, or whether I need a self-reflective, or whether I needed to be like, hey, girl, you in trouble. And
You in
so,
danger, girl.
girl, you in danger, girl. And so, you know,
Uh,
but being with you has allowed me to be able to tap into that. So I believe that learning from a person who is an elder in what you're trying to learn is the first step. And so, and being a person from the LGBT community, and then being black, and then being not like the feminine one, but like the boyish one, because then you have guys that they try and test you because well you're not a real dude, well let's see if you're a real dude. So it's its own problem, you know, when quote unquote dick swinging competitions, but the way that they do it because they're males is done with more like how a big dog tries to bully a little dog, you know. And so it's been a whole thing, but it's helped to strengthen me as the character that I'm developing. But it goes back to the origin. So talking to them and letting them know this, like you're doing, on how to handle, you know, booger swag is them top ramen sellers, and learning how to handle them is an important thing.
is so important, and and that's why I'm saying is that with that bashing on that live stream on Lady Grave Dancers live stream, it again it was unfortunate because I completely understand how distracting that had to have been to be doing a video and to see like all of these nasty things happening.
Yeah.
But I'm saying for viewers, as far as supporters of our channels, when you see those things happening and it's already been made known and they're trying to do something about it, don't feed into that. Don't comment back to that person. We're not clapping back because there's nothing to clap back to. Like I said, it's some miserable person behind a keyboard. Let it have been somebody in person. I'm sure there'd be a different way of handling it.
Oh, they're going off in these comments.
Are they?
They are. You should. How much battery?
I don't have no battery.
Oh my god, the iPhones, y'all. So here, let me. You want to read them?
Yeah. If we don't have time, if my phone cuts out, you guys,
Just know I love y'all.
I'll be back and just know I'm thinking about you.
Dark Beauty says that, and I thought she says I'm black and I thought you were a Latina. Nothing wrong with being white though. I love us all. Yeah, she's Latina and she's native and then Spanish. Yeah. Dark Beauty also says it's interesting that you said that I always followed African spiritual traditions because I assume that's who I connect to, considering I am Black American. Dark Beauty also said my real spiritual family turned out to be Mexican and I was surprised.
Aw.
Yeah, ancestry
We
takes
mesh
us back.
very well. We mix very well. It's I don't know, like Nico, you understand like a lot of when I talk to you and say Spanish words, like she understands a lot of it. But even with like her coming over to like being part of my family now, like it's, I don't know, we could be yelling and talking shit to each other, and it's like, you know, because that's how we are. Like, we're,
And that's how black people are too.
you know?
Everybody just talks over everybody.
Yeah,
We're all
like,
having conversations.
and we're all loud, like,
Everybody's loud.
you know, and we listen to like some loud ass
Your
music.
whisper is like your outside voice.
Yeah, like
Hey!
these neighbors know what the hell it's.
You leaving?
Yeah.
Savannah Ghost Research Society is in the house. They say working but watching on the DL.
Oh,
Much
that's
love.
Kim.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to use the name.
Yeah.
Much
Sister
love and
Kim.
many blessings, everyone.
I love
Missing
you.
y'all like hella crazy. Miss Denise, A. I am loving this couples talk. Wonderful topic. Jessica.
Jessica.
Okay, I was gonna say it.
Yeah.
She says, for real, loving quiz comments. You're so wise and so woke. Wow. And she said, I like this channel.
Aw, thank you guys.
She also said, yep, Macy's here in Chicago stole my Mexican ancestors' dinnerware and made a buck. While Autumn also says, a profit they're making a killing. Walmart sells them too much. To shake my head. And Gaga Bush said, yeah, I saw it at Five Below and was like, nah, this ain't it. Another witch, Autumn Phoenix, saw Sage at Home Goods and asked them if they knew what it was for, and they had no clue. So why sell it? And that's that cultural appropriation. I don't know who started burning sage first. Those are things that like you'd have to do a history research on to find out where it's dating back to, but I feel like it's gonna go back to the natives.
Yeah.
Because
and that's where smudging, the ceremonial smudging, is a native practice.
And it's crazy because my mom, I come from a Christian background, and I don't know if y'all understand when I say Christian how Christian I am, but it's that. And I'm from Texas, so it's like a real thing. It's God, football, and possibly church in that order. And so I know, quote unquote, the smudging they do in Christianity is olive oil, virgin olive oil through the house and praying and putting crosses on the wall and olive oil. So it's like, where did like who did what and where did what come from, and was it originated from this, or did it originate from that, or was this just something that they were doing because of this? Because in the Bible it says they put oils in God's hair, in Jesus Christ's hair, because he had kinky curly hair. Sound like he had hair like me. He needed a little something in there. And so, do they put oils to represent the Christ, putting God in the house, you know, for the oils, because that's what they gave him back then? And you know, is that the same thing as doing a feeding in the African religion where they give an offering? Like, what is the similarities, and where did it come from, and what was the concept of it? And so it's
and also too, because it was used to dress his head, to dress his hair.
That's how they used to wrap them. When they would die, they would wrap them, bathe them in, they would clean their skin and then rub them down with oils and put flowers in the oils to make them take the oil. Like if you ever see like those markets and they have those vases with oils in them, they got different flowers and herbs in them.
And speaking of oils, there's this oil that's used in baptismals in like the Catholic religion, and that oil smells so good. I'm like curious. I'm like, I wonder what exactly it is.
Because Catholics are the ones who go through throwing holy water on people.
Yeah.
I've gotten some holy water.
They're like,
hey, I didn't know what he was gonna throw out, a dagger, a snake. He thought I was a vampire or what?
Oh my god.
I was worried. I was like, Mom, don't let him do it.
They passed the basket around like 2-3 times.
Go ahead and send that back around this way.
Make sure you get all the way to the back. Hey.
Yeah, Autumn says, place your Patreon link, please, in the description.
I will, Autumn. Thank you so much.
Let me see. Yeah, Kim said, write it, Sharpie. I think she's talking about the manifestations and the
yes, Sharpie. Yes,
she a serious manifester. I be seeing her pictures.
I talk about Sharpie too. Sharpie is like my go-to when I'm writing affirmations and when I'm writing manifestations. You do it with a permanent marker because that Sharpie is permanent. Is set. There's no going back. You can't dry erase it.
See, yeah,
That's it.
Dark Beauty said, I always talk to my hairstylist about everything. Most hairstylists are like counselors. LOL. They are. And
So are bartenders. I used to be a bartender for like
geez.
7 years.
That's because they got that liquid courage. Everybody confessing their sins
Oh,
in there.
everybody crying
priest,
to you, and
the priest, the
I
next door neighbor, the kid who
I
threw
knew
the ball
everybody's
through the window.
business.
Let me see. Dark Beauty, she has the how much her readings are on her Calendly, which she will put this in the comments or description as well. And then also she does readings on Mondays for contributions. Monday at 6:30.
Yes. Mondays at 6:30 is T4C, and that's over on Facebook at House of Spiritual Vibes, LLC.
Kim says blessings. Bless. Balm of Gilead will help with healing. Koya, blessings, love. You have a beautiful story. Thank you, Kim. And Miss Denise says, I love you both. I was there at that live. It was upsetting, but Tequila was badass in dealing with it. That's what's up.
I have to watch it. I'm so proud of Tequila. And that's the thing is I know Lady Grave Dancer can handle herself. It's just that I'm that type of sister that is, if I hear about it, I'm gonna let people know that I'm gonna be right there.
Don't clap.
Supporting.
Don't.
I'm clapping.
Hey.
I'm clapping. But that's the thing is I'm supporting her, and I'm supporting all of our viewers and letting you guys know that this is how I plan to handle it. You know, this is what I plan to do.
Savannah Ghost Research says Nina isms, love them. Also, don't talk about it, be about it. That's so funny. She said isms.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
That used to be my nickname when I was in junior high.
Isms?
Ism.
Ism?
Ism.
Oh.
Is him. It started out on a gay thing, and then somebody was like, yeah, I call them Ism because that's what I call her because we're cool. And so everybody else started calling me Ism.
Uh-huh.
Because I didn't know where I was going in my life.
Yeah.
Is he him? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of stress trying to figure yourself out.
So are we all caught up? Yeah, I think we're all caught up, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we're all caught up. Thank you guys so much. So that is it. Becky, if you could just rewatch the video, we talk all about it and we went into it and everything. So let's see, new phone. Okay, awesome. All right, yes, follow Johnny Dragon. Yes, Johnny Dragon is a girl, and Johnny Dragon has a YouTube channel, so follow Johnny Dragon as well. Thank you guys so much.
Is Johnny Dragon really a girl?
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching this live video. Please make sure to share it, you know, get the word out there. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Let us know that you're with us, that you're supporting us, and leave comments in the comments section, because, you know, of course we go through and we read the comments, and if you guys have any pointers or any tips or any words of guidance and wisdom that you guys would like to share in regards to the bashing and the hate comments, you guys could go ahead and leave it there in the comments. So that is it, you guys. Thank you guys so much. What?
Just
like what?
Just tell them they can hear me.
Just tell them to
tell them I said I'm sorry. Like, I think that at the end of the day, make sure that people, like, especially if I have kids, because
yes.
My mom, you talked to my mom. I have an amazing mom, but my mom couldn't be there during school. She couldn't be there when I was walking home from school. She couldn't be there on the times when I was getting bullied growing up. And it's so hard to hear the things that your mother says to you over what these 5 or 10 people are saying to you. So make sure when your kids are like, I feel like my kid, based off my partner really, and then possibly myself, I know my kid's probably going to be fucking weird, and I'm fine with that, but making sure that that your kid is comfortable in who they are is part of it. And my mom always just told me that she loves me and that I'm special to her. And I remember my teachers telling me, you can do you have the potential to do anything. I don't know what my teachers saw in me that I didn't, because they're teachers and I guess they know those traits. Mm-hmm. But they're telling you, you have the capability and the possibility to do anything. You have so much potential, and I just don't want to see you waste that.
Right.
Make sure you tell your kid, like, I'm not saying
But also tell
overhype
yourself
your kids.
that too. You know, tell yourself that. Tell it to your kids. Walk it how you talk it.
Walk it like you talk
You
it.
know, make sure that you're, you know, and this is one of those things that we got a little dose of what some of the children go through when they're in school. You know, we got
And
to
that's
see a
just a
little
little
dose of that
dose.
as
Them kids,
adults.
bullying is much worse now. So like, make sure you guys make it a thing to tell each other how awesome y'all are.
Yes.
Because you're manifesting that awesomeness in your
Ashé.
kids. Like my nephew, well, he's my little brother, the little white one with blonde hair, blue eyes. He's growing up in Houston, he was in an all black area. His two best friends from Louisiana, and they were two little black boys. It didn't matter because I told this kid from birth how awesome and how smart, and he's smart and he's awesome and he's respectful. Because my mother and
You
I
fed that
instilled
energy,
We fed,
yeah.
we fed,
Fed
it.
that
Fed
energy.
that nourished that childlike mind, and didn't force him to grow up quick because he's gonna see things out there. So I want to make sure that if he has any issues, that he handles it right. And he's been put in situations where I was more than proud of how he had handled it because of the manifestations. And my mom, she's a Christian. She prayed over that baby. Hey, you know my mom prayed over that baby. She prays over this baby, and I'm 32. So like that, and telling them how awesome they are, you have to feed that seed. You have to feed the seed so that way it stays stronger than what those haters are saying.
Ashé.
So you know, all right, I'm done.
Yes, yes. So that's what I was saying earlier. Let's put so much positive energy out there and feed each other so much love and happiness and encouragement and support that all of those low vibrational messages and comments can't be heard.
Talk to them in their sleep, dude. My mom used to talk to me and my brother in our sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom used to tell me I was gonna work with kids.
Aw.
Yeah, feed them while they're sleeping. Affirmations.
And yourself too. And yourself.
Sleep affirmations.
Yes.
Set your alarm.
Hurts.
For when you,
Put some hurts on.
When you set your alarm, put the display as wake up to an amazing day to go to work. That's how I set my alarms. Like they say something when I wake up. So the first thing I read isn't alarm for work or work alarm. It's another
A positive
good day
message. Yeah.
to go
Leave
to
yourself
work.
little positive
Yeah.
messages.
So
Yeah, if you can't get
Put
into
'em everywhere.
journaling, and that's the thing is if you don't have the time or the want to get into journaling, get yourself a sticky notepad, write yourself little, you know, affirmations or positive messages, put them everywhere and let that be the thing that helps to give you that extra little positive vibration that you need to make it through your day and to make it a good day. You know, life's so short. Like there's people that are struggling to take their last breath. Let's
my
not
friend's little brother just
let's not
died.
waste ours by giving it to somebody that is spreading hate. You know. So that's it, you guys. I'm gonna let y'all go because the boys are about to start going crazy right now. And thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for your continued love and support. And I will see you guys at the next video. Divine blessings to you today, tomorrow, and always. Ashé. All right, you guys. And I will go ahead and I'll make sure that I leave my Patreon in the comments so that you guys can find us there. Me and Koya did some videos together on the Patreon. We're going to be doing a lot more on there. So if you guys would like to see some couple videos, you guys can go on there and check us out. All right, you guys. You going to say bye?
Yeah, later.
All right, bye, you guys.